Here's why I'm still buying Turbo. Even though nothing I say is financial advice, it's because the way you take a look at it is that now there's confirmation that this meme coin right here typically goes along with the ride when the market does do good. Now, consequently, when Bitcoin is dumping, when the market isn't doing the best, because it's a meme coin, of course, it's going to dump a lot harder. But I knew that coming into this. I knew that, hey, you know what? Meme coins, they're very volatile. And I was totally aware of that, but I was willing to take that chance because the way I view it was that, you know what? Turbo feels hypothetically like a no-brainer for me because we all know that when it comes to Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, they're the mainstays when it comes to this meme coin space. Number 3, I would arguably say is Pepe, but there hasn't been a solid number 4, and I believe that Turbo could very well prove that it could maybe become something like that during a fully fledged bull run, because 50 cents, that's my price target, and it may seem crazy as of right now because 50 cents is currently around a 112x from here, but I don't think it's too bad because I feel like naturally people are just bored of the regular meme coins, which are, not really that special. And I do believe that Turbo brings a lot more flavor. And also, I think it brings a lot more energy when it comes to this space because people are looking for an established meme coin in some cases that have a good and proven community and also have a very unique concept. And I think Turbo is exactly that. And this is something that I find very important because of course, a good community matters when it comes to these type of projects. They don't have the best fundamentals. They're not going to be anything revolutionary. So, of course, there needs to be a solid community here. And Turbo has that. It has the passion and has the drive. And I feel like the community doesn't give up easily. It was very easy for a lot of people I know out there to give up on Turbo when the price was dumping, but many of them didn't. Some did, but again, many didn't. And the way you take a look at it is that the fact that Turbo is beginning to have a pretty okay resurgence as of right now, even though the market is kind of stagnating a little bit, the way you take a look at it, it's a good sign. So imagine if Turbo was able to do that not too long ago, with Bitcoin being at the price of around $100,000. What would it be at 150,000? Let's say Bitcoin reaches that, 200,000, 250,000, let's say 300,000. I believe that really this could hypothetically be something special, but it's just a waiting game because people oftentimes like to say that Turbo is useless, it's bad. Well, take a look at TurboSwap. Take a look at Turbo Chain. Take a look at as well. Turbo not too long ago having a partnership with one of the subsidiaries of Animoca Brands. We take a look at Sandbox. That's another subsidiary of Animoca Brands. So I think that if anything, it truly puts it to scale that, you know what? Turbo did pretty good things. It's very easy to forget that they did good things, especially when the market's doing bad, but I didn't forget about it. I always knew that they had that in them. They had that hypothetical, I would say, potential to have those type of things. But the way I view it was that, you know what? Again, people usually forget about that when the market was doing bad. But I felt like, when the market does pick up, people are going to care about this type of stuff. And imagine once Bitcoin goes back to the price of $100,000, let's say at 150,000, the sentiment could really be different. And I think it could be a lot better than what we saw not too long ago. And even though historical performance doesn't guarantee future performance, the way you take a look at it is that unlike some meme coins out there that haven't proven anything, that haven't proven that they went along with the ride when Bitcoin was around $100,000, Turbo has proven that. So I think that if anything showcased that, you know what, again, this is something that's not going to lag behind. It's not something that's forgotten about when the market is doing good. Some of the attention did flow into this. I think that's very crucial. Keep in mind, Turbo at the price of 50 cents, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $34.5 billion. That's not too bad. Let's say Dogecoin went to a market cap of around $120 billion, let's say during the peak of this board. Let's say Shiba Inu went to around 80 billion. Now that's around 200 billion. Now, why can't, let's say around 34.5 billion from that flow into this? This is just the way to take a look at it, especially Bitcoin reaches, let's say $300,000 and the market cap became around $6 trillion, let's say, at that point. This doesn't seem too much to ask for. I think this sport could be so legendary because unlike 2021, we didn't have this many institutional investors. We didn't have this much enterprise adoption. We didn't have this many crypto owners. Back then, during the peak of that boom, even back in 2021, only around 300 million. Now over 600 million according to Crypto.com research. And Bitcoin has never even seen $150,000 yet. So could you imagine that? Imagine once Bitcoin reaches that, 200,000, 300,000. Would there only be around 600 million crypto owners or over that, I should say? I think, you know what? It could maybe look a lot better. Let's say 800 million. Why not? This is just my mentality because if Bitcoin isn't doing the best, I would arguably say compared to not too long ago, and if altcoins haven't really gained that type of attention like back in 2021, arguably, I would say, in my opinion, and yet we have this many crypto owners, I believe the sky's the limit, but it's just a waiting game at this point, and I'm willing to stay patient because near the end of this year, especially with the way things are heading as of right now, I'm very excited. Now, only time will tell, but you know what? In the meantime, I'm going to be accumulating, holding, and just waiting because I don't want to miss out on the run if it hypothetically does happen. This is the way to take a look at it. So what is a way for me to ensure, in a sense, that I don't miss out on it? That's by accumulating on a consistent basis, holding and just waiting. That's it. Because the market, it's going to wake up when it wants to wake up. It's not going to wake up whether or not I draw a random triangle in a price chart. It doesn't care. Some people out there, they say, hey, man, you have to pull up this random price chart, draw some random triangles. So then we know when things are going to pump. Here's the thing. I can't take a look into the future. Even if I draw SpongeBob or whatever on the price chart, that's not going to make me suddenly be able to tell the future. That's not going to make the market listen to my demands. That's not how it works. The market doesn't care what I draw on a random price chart. It doesn't care again. It's going to do what it's going to do. So instead of me trying to control things that I can't control, I'm going to control what I can control, which is accumulating, holding, and just waiting. And this actually brings me to my second point, which is how I am putting what I would have originally put into my savings account anyways. Now, why is this crucial? It's because some friends I know out there, or just some people generally speaking that I see, they're putting their rent money, they're putting what they would have put for their grocery bills, their car payments. For me, in my opinion, even though I can't speak on anyone's behalf, I think that's a little bit of a lack of discipline, in my opinion. Maybe even arguably a lack of emotional discipline. And not to mention, I don't think that's very wise. I wouldn't do that because some people I know out there, they're putting into cryptocurrencies what they actually need to live their lives. And then they're hoping that in the next 1 or 2 weeks, it does well. But what happens if it doesn't? Then it's kind of not a good situation, which is why I don't do that. Yeah, sure, it would be a lot more fun and exciting, but you know what? I'm not going to do that, man. This is not what I do. I just put originally what I would have put into my savings account, hold, and I just wait because that way, whatever the market does in the next 1 or 2 weeks, it doesn't affect my life. Like personally, I don't even care what happens to Turbo in the next couple of days. All I care about is the end goal. This is the way I view it. If I were to run a marathon, which I'm not going to run a marathon anytime soon, but I'm just saying if I were to do that, I don't care if I'm in 10th place or 8th place. Let's say I'm 5 miles down. Who cares? All I care about is the finish line. You know what I mean? If I'm actually in it to win. Now, if I'm just in it to just participate, it's a different case, but I'm just saying. I care more so about the end goal. This is just an analogy, right? Of course, I'm not a marathon runner, but I'm just saying. This is the way I view it. So when it comes to Turbo, all I care about is the end goal. I'm still going to stay patient. I'm not going to give up. And 50 cents, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And that's why I'm still buying Turbo. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to quit when it comes to this. I'm just going to wait and see. And hopefully things do end up good, which is why I'm still staying patient. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.